everybody, Ashley here, Boogie Stitcher on YouTube, Schleezum_Boogie Stitcher on Instagram, coming to you guys with another unboxing. This is a collab with Newcraftday. They reached out to me and wanted to do another collab with me. I believe my first collab with them was my butterfly girl, my abstract butterfly girl. So anyway, stay tuned, stay here, and we'll go ahead and get started on recording that video. Thank you all for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. If you're returning, then welcome also. And sorry again for all the crinkling noise. I have not opened these. That's the best way to do a video, is just open them with you, so that way we all are surprised together. So here we go. Crinkling, 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 crinkling. All right, so if you guys have been following me for a little bit, you are starting to probably see a pattern, and if not, let me tell you the pattern anyway. So my pattern is, there's certain themes that I'm really drawn to. There's cottages and magical fantasy, like fairies and wizards, Harry Potter. There's like certain basically categories that I tend to be drawn to the most, and these two fit those categories exactly. So let's just jump right into it. So the first one that I have chosen to review is another cottage. So as soon as I get done finishing my cottage that I'm currently working on, I will start this one. Isn't it lovely? Oh, I just love the hazy, beautiful cottages. I just love them. So anyway, crinkling, and then I'll keep talking. Let me get this opened. Okay, it's open. So I am currently pushing very hard, medium hard. Let's get real. I have a million whips, but I am currently pushing to get my current cottage done, and as soon as I get that done, I'll go ahead and start this one. So, and then this one will be part of my main whip stash. So here is a picture without the glare. So there we go. Again, this is from Newcraftday, so I've chosen two patterns to share with you guys, gals, everybody. This is a 40 by 50, I believe. We'll take a look as soon as I open up the canvas, I guess. No peeking at the threads. Shame on you. Shame, shame. You know your name. Alright, so this is supposed to be a 40 by 50, but it looks like, based off of the stitch count, they didn't take into account the margin. Again, if it's a 40 by 50, a true 40 by 50 for the picture, then the total size would be 48 by 50 to account for the margin. So this one is a 40 by 50, but they say 40 by 50, which means that it's actually smaller than a 40 by 50. The total fabric piece is 40 by 50, which makes the finished piece smaller than a 40 by 50. So if you're ordering a stamped kit, that's what that means. So here is my chart. I love that it's able to fit all on one piece. It makes it nice. And then Newcraftday gives me the colors of what the actual thread is. So we have the color on the floss card, the chart number, the DMC number, and then the thread color. Yeah, so not too shabby. So there's that. All right, let's look at the canvas. The printing on the canvas, to me, looks pretty sharp, and I love how big the key is. Look at that key. You guys can see that from like back here. That's insane. But there is that. There we go. So this is more, it's a tiny bit bigger than a 30 by 40. A little bit bigger than a 30 by 40 as far as like the finished piece is concerned. Not serged, which isn't a big deal. So if your piece is not serged, you'll get some fraying, but the fraying kind of stops. It doesn't fray too much, and if you find that it starts fraying too much, you can just cut it off, because they provide so much margin it's not going to continue to keep fraying. If you find that it is, you can tape it or search it yourself. But yeah, super cool. Let's see what our bulk color is. See if it's my nemesis. Yeah, 939. 939 is all the blue color. Wah, wah, wah. That's okay. And then it looks like our next bulk color is pink, and pink is 3371. So that's like your dark gray, like your greenish, darkish gray. But there we go. Looks pretty good. Stamping looks great. They provide a couple of good needles. So I've noticed that if they provide a needle sitting in the canvas, those are your really good needles. And then, or at least I like those needles. And then if they provide a toolkit, which it doesn't look like this one has a toolkit, which is, I mean, I have a bazillion toolkits, so it's not a big deal. But here's a toolkit from another stamped kit. If they provide needles in here, these tend to be like your gold tip needles, and no shame, no anything. If you love the gold tip needles, then fabulous, you found something that you love. Me, I don't like them. They don't, for me and my stitching style, don't like go through the canvas very well for me. So, but anyway, but I've noticed that if they put them in like right here, if they put them in here, then those are your good needles. So I saved those. I think they're a size 22. They're size 22 tapestry, I'm pretty sure. Okay, for those of you who peeked at the floss, shame, but that's okay. We're revealing the floss now anyway. All of my favorite colors. You got your blues and greens, pinks and reds, and there's not very much like creams. I'm actually kind of surprised based off of the pattern picture. Let's look at the pattern picture again. So the pattern picture has like some, you know, pinks and tans and stuff in the sky, and a little bit for the cottage, but well, I mean, now that we're looking at this, it is like a fair bit of like whites and blues and like hazy colors, so I love the colors. I just love it when you unbox something and then you grab all the colors out and then you're like, ah. But very soft threads, and again, Newcraftday kits everything up for you, which is super nice. Super, super nice. I don't see any extra threads, and this one has 21 colors, so not too shabby for the size project that I chose. So this is your 3371. It's like a hazy dark brown. No, 3371, and then this is 3799 is like your gray. Yeah. So anyway, there's the colors. And that's it for that one. Sorry if it sounds like I'm whispering a little bit. I sound like I'm being really loud because my ears are plugged and, you know, sore throat and, ugh. You know, we do what we can. All right. Crinkling, crinkling, crinkling. Here is our second one. So my husband is a huge fan of owls. My daughter is now getting into owls. So what better way than to get girly, beautiful owls. So this falls under my fantasy kind of like little girl artwork. I just love it. I love the owls. Oh, I just put my son to sleep and now he's awake again. I might have to pause. Yep, I gotta pause. Hold on. All right. It's like he like self-conscious or like in his head heard I was doing a video and he's like, I'm awake now, Mom. Like, he only slept for like 10 minutes. Okay, anyway, here we go. Yeah, so here's the pattern that we're doing. Combines my husband's love of owls with my daughter's like girly girl, and then my inner girly girl too. I mean, I love it. Okay, this time I won't peek you guys the floss. No peeking. All right, this one, I believe is supposed to be a 40 by 50 as well. And it's pretty close to This one I think is pretty close to a true. A little bit smaller though, because again, you look at the sizing and it says 40 by 50 up here, or 50 by 40. And it doesn't provide those 8 inches for margin. So it's a little bit smaller, but still really good size. So, but look how dark that printing is. I love it. So when you are getting a stamped kit, you really want everything to be super dark. Because if it's not, let me see if I can find a spot for you to explain. So good job, Newcraftday. Okay, so here you can see the symbol. If that's super light and you have like a plus sign and like a dash right next to each other and they're both blue, and the printing isn't very dark, it gets really hard to see like what you're supposed to be stitching. It's like, what is that? What symbol is that? But yeah, super lovely canvas. And the huge key. I absolutely love this huge key. And the fact that they're putting the colors of the thread on the actual canvas itself, that's amazing. That's like a huge, like, I don't know, surprise? Gift? Present? Something? Anytime you do that, because I mean, just last night, was it last night or the night before, earlier in the day, something, I mean, the frog came to visit me and I was just like, gah! I was like, even on a stamped kit, I was like 30 odd, 15, no, yeah, about 15 stitches where I basically just stitched the wrong symbol. Like there was nothing wrong with the canvas, I just lost my mind. It's like, why? Why did that happen? So anyway, yeah, everything's super, super pretty. There we go. Not serged, but again, they provide such a large margin that I'm not worried about that at all. And this is going to be so much fun to stitch on. So this one has made my main whip stash. This owls. And I'm stitching this for my daughter. I mean, kind of my husband, but I mean, not really. It's owls and he likes owls, but once you see the floss, you're going to understand why it's not my husband. Look at those girly girl colors. Or boy colors. My son likes pink. But I love them. It just reminds me of like a beautiful fantasy. Look at that. And this one has 23 colors. Super pretty. I'm so excited. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start stitching this one as soon as we stitch the stitch with me. I gotta get this one started first, so that way I could just go. I can fly. Because I love them. And I love how soft these threads are. So soft. But yeah, they kit it up for you. They provide the things, the thread organizers. I got the needles. Again, I didn't get like a supply pack. But honestly, the only tools that I use out of these things are the snips, and I have like 50 million snips all around the house. I'm sure there's probably even some in the couch. Don't tell anyone. They like fall in the crack. I have one of those couches that like eats your things. So anytime I rearrange and I like deep clean, there's like everything on the floor, like 12 at least days worth of Cheerios and snips and toys, and it's like I have Sesame Street, not Cookie Monster, but what's the guy who's in the trash can? It's like underneath my couch is like his house. It's all the trash. Okay, anyway. Thank you so much, Newcraftday, for sending me these patterns to review. I will leave all of their information in the description box down below. If you guys have any questions about stamped kits, about Counted, about their website, about anything, or you just want to send me a message and say, hello, here's my whips, or here's, you know, what are you stitching on? I love messages like that. I love to hang out with everybody and just chit chat. This morning I woke up to maybe 5 Instagram messages just saying, hey, how are you? What are you stitching on? Here's what I'm stitching on. And it was the best morning ever. So please feel free. Doesn't matter what time zone you're in. I'll get to it when I get to it, you know, and if I send you messages, you get to it when you get to it. But I absolutely love hanging out with everybody. So feel free to send me a message, send me a comment. I try and reply as soon as I possibly can, you know, being a mom and a wife and have stuff to do. But anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for the stitch with me while we try out these canvases and the threads and see how they work up. So that will be coming shortly after this video, and I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. Take care. Bye.